Yeah. Well, hello, everybody, and happy December 13th. It is Wellness Wednesday, and I am greeted and spending our time this evening with the wonderful nurse, Paige. How are you tonight?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Good.
good.
A
It's
good
good.
week.
Awesome. Good weeks are really good, right? But
Yeah.
um, some people struggle. It's December, right? There's a lot. And so, I work today virtually, a lot of sick people, a lot of overwhelmed people, a lot of just stressed out. And there are a lot of things that cause us to feel stressed, right? Do you want to kind of go over what is the biggest source of stressors for people this time of year?
This time of year, it's especially for us as moms, trying to make Christmas and Hanukkah good for
Mhm.
everybody and,
Yeah.
and getting all that shopping done. And people aren't nice on the road, and the roads are packed, and everybody's in a hurry. Everybody wants to get somewhere. Everybody's beeping their horns, trying to find a parking space, getting in there, trying to find what you want, standing in the long lines, and you still got to work. You
Yes.
still got to do the regular job, but you got to get it done, right?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the stress of holiday shopping, preparations, wrapping secretly if you've got young ones, right? Hey, for me, it's coming up with ideas, right?
Yeah,
Like I'm taking up brain space, going, what in the world am I going to get my kids? I mean, they're all in college; they don't really need anything.
they just
Um,
want money,
they
right?
just want money, right? My mother always says, "I'm just going to give the green," right? My son likes the green, and so I think what happens with us is we get additional, and sometimes the stress is good, right? I mean, it's exciting, it's pretty out with the lights, the chill in the air. But then we got to get together with the family, or we got to visit multiple families, and that's a different stress. It could be good, it could be not so good, right?
Yeah.
And I think all of those things end up impacting, our self-care, right? Can you talk about a time when you just weren't really doing self-care and kind of how the lack of your self-care actually really impacted you throughout the month of the holidays?
Um, Beginning of this month was rough. I've recently gone through a job change, and I think that really has helped with my stress. But
Mhm.
when I'm stressed out, whether it's from work, whether it's from the holidays, whether it's family, whether it's worrying about my kid, I forget about myself. And I might not, get in all of the water that I need to drink. I might not get in all the meals that I need to eat because I forget.
Yeah.
Um, so on the days that I don't eat enough or I don't drink enough water, I feel it. Um, if I don't get up in the morning and do something, it impacts me for the rest of the day. And there were some mornings there at the end of last month, beginning of this month, where it was really hard to get out of bed in the morning to do anything. And some mornings I didn't, and it truly um, put a damper on the rest of my day. But I've been getting up every morning, and before we got on here, I finished up the last bit of my Christmas shopping. I only have like two more things to get, and I'm good to go. I feel good. I'm ready.
Nice. And I think when you stop your self-care or you just don't even know what self-care is, it makes you feel even worse, right? It's just that the snowball effect, right? Where I'm not going to get up and walk, I'm not going to drink. Not that you're intentionally not going to do things, but when you don't feel good, you don't do the things, which leads you to not feel good, which leads you to not do more, right? And it's just the cycle. And so what we want to help people do is empower them to say, you know what? What's one thing that we can do? We talk about micro habits, right? The simplest thing that you can do to move yourself forward. And so, do you want to share a little bit about one or two examples of a micro habit for this time of year that maybe some people that are listening can start doing?
Well, there's the habit of healthy motion. That one's my favorite,
Mm-hmm.
right? More you get out and you move and you exercise, you feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
The habit of healthy hydration. If I don't get in all of my water for the day, at least 64 ounces, and I'm pushing probably closer to 90, um, it it impacts, you know,
Yeah, absolutely. And I
and
think,
sleep.
go ahead. Sleep. That's my favorite, right? And
It's
the
funny because Walt and I have had a role reversal there. I was always the one that stayed up late and then would get up early in the morning, and or I'd be the one that sleep in if I didn't have to go to work. And him, he's coming to bed now at like midnight, and like I'm tiptoeing in the morning so that I don't wake him up, and when I'm getting up to take care of the dogs and then coming back in to get dressed for work.
yep.
So now I take my clothes out, I get dressed in another room because up he's sleeping in every day now. It's crazy.
Yeah. And but finding that rhythm, right? Like how does somebody go from drinking 0 to 64 ounces or right? It's
Baby steps.
baby steps, right? So can you drink one more glass of water a day? So if you start at 0, can you go to 1? And if you're doing 1, can you go to 2? And this is Jackie. We're gonna go live with Jackie. Let's see if she wants to join us. I'm on a live. Do you want to join us? Oh, I don't think so. I'll call you right back. Bye, live. Bye.
No.
Nope, that she was in the middle of got 2 more finals tomorrow, and then I'm bringing that girl home. So we're driving out to pack her up for the whole year. She's done, right? Because she's going to Florida. Yeah. So anyway, I digress. So if you're listening to this and you drink whatever you currently drink with water, flavored water, 0-calorie water, flavored anything, as long as it's got no carbs, it's healthy for you, then drink 1 more. So go from 0 to 1. That's a huge improvement. Go from 1 to 2. Go from 2 to 3.
Drink with a straw. You drink more. And
Totally drink more.
Get a fun tumbler that
Yep.
Reminds you.
Yeah. In fact, if you need a holiday gift to give yourself, or you want somebody to give you a gift and it's not too expensive, they have tumblers that have the amounts on it and it has little encouraging quotes on it, right? So take something we've been talking about for the last 5-6 weeks. Drink 1 extra glass of water. Take an extra 100 steps a day. Imagine at the end of this 2-week time period between now and the end of the year, an extra 100 steps every day. So much better. And you're going to move into 2024 in a healthier way, better energy, better stress reduction, because these are the habits that lead to lower stress, right?
Yep.
In terms of other things that you would recommend at this holiday season for people, maybe thinking about some of the 4 Ds that we talk about. Do you want to give people an overview of, prioritizing what's most important and maybe deferring and deleting some of those things?
Prioritizing what's most important. Now you've got me stumped there, Sharon.
Well, yeah. I mean, what would you want to prioritize for your own health in the next 2 weeks of the month?
Well, I am in this, I am challenging myself. I have a goal that I want to hit by the end of 2023.
Okay.
So I'm sticking to it. So I'm in orientation right now. They're bringing in food for us to eat. Somebody brought pretzels today. I didn't have one.
Okay.
Because that would impede me from reaching my goal. I love soft pretzels, but I didn't eat one.
Right.
Rumor has it they're getting us Chick-fil-A on Friday. I will decline. So it's sticking with what works for you and keeping your eyes on the prize.
Right. So what I'm hearing is you've got a goal. There's a reason that you've set that goal for yourself, and you want to have some clean eating and clean nutrition to balance your activity that you do and your hydration so that you're physically fit and feeling good. So you're making the decision to say, I don't need that. I don't want that. It's not going to move me forward. And delete the things that you can delete off of your plate that, some things that I've perpetually deleted things, deferred things from my to-do list because it's just not impacting my quality of life. It's just, the basement pile that has to get cleaned, right? If you need to clean up every night after dinner to have the house look good, you know what? Ask for assistance, break it up a little bit, or let it go for a night. And I think and I know I'm jumping all over the place here, and that's what happens when you just go live without much prep, but goal setting we've talked about, so go check out our prior videos. They're always on a Wednesday, but be clear on what you want and write it down and then share that with another person. The act of journaling either in one sentence or having vision as to, on January 1st, this is how I want to show up, and you share that with somebody, you're more likely to take the steps necessary to help you achieve that, right?
Yep.
So one of the things that has just happened to us in our coaching world is that we are fully, we're a holistic company, right? We are a global company. We are comprehensive. We are physician created, physician supported. And there's some new things on the market for us in terms of supporting everybody, regardless of where they are, in moving their health forward. So if we have people that are struggling with their weight, we have options to meet them and help them. If we have people who are fitness enthusiasts but don't have the muscle stamina, we have things for them with our EAAs. If they're just not sleeping right, me, former sleeping pill addict and having a lot of mental stress, there are things for people like that. If people just need to maintain their weight but don't have the energy or haven't really learned about the habit of motion and aren't fitness buffs, we have something for that. But most recently, we've discovered, and this is a lot of in the literature and in my practice in medicine, people are looking for medically supported weight loss. And, the idea is not one fix. The idea is a comprehensive approach. All of the data supports that. Paige, are you comfortable sharing a little bit about your experience from being healthy and unhealthy, what you've done and what you haven't done per se, and what's worked for you, so that maybe everybody who watches this can almost relate to just even your story alone?
Sure. So I was your classic yo-yo dieter. I did every diet that was out there known to mankind. I would lose the weight and then the weight would come back. I even resorted to doctor prescribed diet pills. And for a chunk of probably in my mid to late 30s, I did all of them, and some of them multiple times. I would take the pills, I would lose the weight, I would look great. Pills would go away and the weight would come back. And it wasn't healthy for me. And I knew that I needed to find something different, and I found this. And it's the easiest thing I've ever done. I mean, the weight comes off and the weight stays off. And lots of times when you lose weight quickly, you lose muscle mass too, and that's not the case with what we're doing here, because you build lean muscle as you are losing the weight, and so you're more defined, you're not sagging. And it's been all around just the greatest thing that has ever happened to me.
That's so awesome.
And the support you get, having a coach that you can talk to when you're having rough times, and we help you through it, and we guide you through it. And community and our education. It's just one big world, and
Yes.
it changes everything for you.
Yeah, it really does. And so I think if you're in a position that right now you're struggling in your health, physically, mentally, relationally, emotionally, we want you to know we have something to help you achieve better health in all of those areas. We are not a one-stop fix. We have more tools than anybody else out there. The tools are safe. Again, they're physician-led. The research is, it's decades of information kind of just compressed just enough. And you're going to start thinking, this is the week that people are thinking, what am I going to do after the holidays, when I can finally take care of myself? But we talk about self-care is not selfish. And so the data to start taking care of yourself is the moment you stop listening to this. Just send us a message and say, hey, I'm struggling with something. Doesn't matter what it is. Chances are we've either had the same struggle and continue to have it, mind you, right? Or I'm not perfect. Or we've worked with somebody who's had the struggle. And then it's our job to just share those resources with you to help you take control again. So helping you visualize your goals, helping you write them down and share them, helping you drink one more glass of water, helping you take an extra 100 steps a day, helping you create a twilight hour before you go to bed at night. All of these different things that you know you should be doing, but you're not doing. We can give you the tools to help you take your health from where you are today towards where you want to go. And it's just a simple phone call. So the series has been meant to be, how to survive the holidays. And I think we went kind of everywhere tonight, but that's because we offer everything. So thinking about, what we've shared tonight, hopefully it resonates. It gives somebody an option to do one more thing for themselves. And I anticipate we'll probably have one more call before the end of the year. We'll have to get together with entrepreneur Walt, and Nurse Paige and I will gather and see if we can pull off another couple of calls before the end of the year. But Paige, do you have any final thoughts about stress and the holiday month, and how to start taking that next step forward?
Um, lots of things that to be grateful for around the holidays. And for me, uh, I have hope for the first time in a long time, and it it feels good.
You're going to get this girl to start crying. So we're going to end it on that. Thank you, Paige. What a pleasure. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you can see the hope and feel it and then share it. And we'll see you all real soon. Okay. Bye.
Bye.